Hello. Hi, guys. So, oh my gosh, I've never went live from Zoom before. So we're just going to try this and see how it goes. So, oh my gosh, I've never went live from Zoom before. So we're just going to try this. And I'm messing it up already. Whatever. Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining me today. So funny. I'm like, let's try Zoom onto Facebook and see how this goes. So if you are just now catching one of my lives for the very first time, I am Travinia Barber. I'm the founder of Priority VA. And I wanted to hop on today and ask you, do you think it's time to hire? Or do you know you need to hire, but you're a little bit chicken to do it because you're not exactly sure what to get off your plate, who to hire, how to find them, how to get them ready and onboarded and all that jazz? It is definitely difficult these days to make those types of decisions. Who you want to hire, how to onboard them, how to bring them into the fold. And so one of the things that we, my team and I created for you is a new hire checklist. Now, you might not think that right now is the time for you to hire. However, it might be the time for you to get ready to hire. And I'm hopeful that what we created will help you start planning to make your next move and to add to your team. One of the things that I firmly believe is that people typically wait too long to hire. They hire when they're hurting instead of hiring before the wave of business or overwhelm or burnout comes. And that's something that we're trying to tackle at Priority VA and helping leaders understand when it's time to hire, what to outsource, and how they can find the best possible talent to join their team. I think that you don't have to be ready to hire right now, but you do have to start thinking about what it's going to take to prepare you to hire. Some things that you should be thinking about are the types of activities that you want to get off of your plate. There's a brilliant leader in this space, Ari Meisel, and he talks about making a list of the top 20 things that you do every day in your business, and then taking 80% of those and figuring out how to get them off your plate, right? Because the idea is that when you're working on the most important 20% of activities that you should be doing in your business, then you can offload that other 80% and free up capacity, bandwidth, creativity for you to be the visionary that you're supposed to be. So that might be a great way for you to start to think about what you would want to get off your plate in the first place. I like to look at it in a way of having you document what you're actually spending your time on. And I like to do that in 4 different columns. Make a column of the things that you're doing in your business or day to day that you don't know how to do. This is the stuff you're Googling, or you're trying to look to a guru or YouTube or someone to tell you how to do. Jot all those things down, and then take a look at the things that you're doing that you don't want to do. For me, I always joke that this is anything data or accounting related. I'm not a fan of spreadsheets or formulas. And so those are the stuff that I don't want to be spending my time on in the business. And so I outsource all of that immediately. The third column that I like to do is the stuff that you don't have time to do. Now, this can be stuff that you're great at. You enjoy doing it, but it always moves on the to-do list to the next day or the next week or the next quarter, right? So the stuff that you don't have time to do. For me, it's stuff like this. It's social media, it's engaging, it's doing the networking kind of stuff that I enjoy and it's fun, but it never feels like it's the main priority. So document those types of activities that you should be doing. And then the final column, and which is really the most important, is the stuff that only you can do. Right? Let's just give the example of this Facebook Live. I don't have to create the content for this. I don't have to turn this content into a blog post or an email, but I do have to be the one to show up and actually do the live, right? At least in the way that my business is set up right now. So what are the things in your life, in your business, that only you can do? That's where we want to be spending the majority of your time. A few things that people don't take into consideration before they're getting ready to hire is what the heck are we going to have this person do? And how are they going to know what to do day one? We prevent ourselves from hiring because we're nervous about the onboarding. You think it's going to take too much time. It's going to be overwhelming. You're not sure how you're going to spend time with them and continue to get all of the work done. And SOPs are the answer to that. And I know everyone hates to hear that we've got to document standard operating procedures in the business. But the reality is, the faster you can get stuff out of your brain and onto paper or into a video, use something like Loom or Berrycast to record yourself doing a task, the faster you can offload that to someone else to take it over on day one. I also like this because then it's not me sitting in a Zoom room or with someone next to me going over the same thing repeatedly. They can watch the video 8 times if they need to, and I have only had to record it once. So start working on getting some SOPs documented in your business. And I personally would do the activities that you know how to do that are taking up a lot of your time, so we can get those off of your plate the fastest. The next thing that is important to have in preparation to bring someone onto your into your team is an executive database. And it's a fancy word for any kind of way that you want to document your preferences. You know that I specifically source a lot of executive assistants and chief of staff and project managers and integrators in our business. And so an executive database is incredibly helpful to give your EA the state of the address, right? The state of the union of who you are and how you operate, your preferences and what's important to you. And so starting to gather that information in one location will help your EA or your new teammate get a holistic view of who you are and how you operate. In addition to that, you've got to create a vision for your ideal teammate, right? You've got to know not just what you want done, but who you want in the seat. I say we can teach skills all day long, but we can't teach someone character. And so helping to create your ideal teammate avatar will help you spot that person in an interview. Helping you understand who you want by your side or who you don't want by your side is going to help you recognize that person, sometimes on paper, sometimes at an event. You know, sometimes it can be at a grocery store and you're like, that is the type of human that I want. Creating an ideal teammate avatar is going to help you be prepared to spot the person who's going to be the best fit for you. We've also got to have, in preparation for hiring an ideal teammate, an honest and truthful job description. Nowadays, there's a lot of fluff out there, right? Everyone's still selling the idea of who they want on their team, and they're forgetting to explain who they are as a company, right? We've got to make a shift in this market to help people understand the benefits of working with you. No longer does it work to list your, million pages of non-negotiable things that someone must bring to your team. Yes, that's important. But in today's market, we've got to have a shift to have a discussion about why someone would want to work with you in the first place. And so we'll help you go through some of that in this new document that we created. In addition, we want to talk about an onboarding and a training plan for your new hire. Again, this is where it gets really overwhelming for leaders because they're like, I don't know how I'm going to teach somebody how to do stuff. I hardly know how to do stuff, right? I suck at email management. How am I going to teach an EA to manage my email? And the reality is, yes, it's going to take some involvement from you. An amazing teammate is going to come in and they're going to ask really wonderful clarifying questions to get the answers they need to do a job. But having a little bit of a guide to support you and to help you through this onboarding process will streamline it, and it will make it a little bit easier for you to not panic and freak out and cancel your meetings or decide, never mind, it's just easier for me to do it myself. So having an onboarding kit to support you in that process will be massively beneficial. And then finally, I think it's really important for us to have a game plan for the first 90 to 100 days of that new teammate's role with you. And if you will do that, you will definitely set them and yourself up for success. So do me a favor, go to priorityva.com/ checklist today and download your new hire checklist. Whether this is your first hire or your 100th hire, this will help you make sure you get your ducks in a row to bring on a new teammate to your business. Again, priorityva.com/checklist. Go there today and download it. And then you circle back and let me know what you benefited from. Take care. I will see you soon. Bye.